Hey guys, Huggy Bear here, just giving you guys a quick walk around of the project I've been working on for the last week or two. This is a Chinese 110 quad that had a dead engine. So I pulled the engine out of an old pressure washer and cut the back half of the transmission off right here. With the Chinese motor, and as you can see, I've welded a couple of brackets on there as well as a base pedestal for the engine to mount on. I'm gonna reuse the gas tank and the transmission. I'm waiting on a centrifugal clutch. I was trying to use the setup that the Chinese motor had, and it just wasn't going to work. So finally decided today, I ordered it off of Amazon. It'll be here in about a week, as well as a chain. So we'll have a centrifugal clutch here going back to the to run the transmission that connects on the other side to another sprocket on the rear tires. And of course I had to do that because the transmission, well, the sprocket was on the right side, and the axle, the drive shaft, was on the left side. So that is the motor, and I've left the gas tank doesn't quite line up yet, so we're kind of just sitting right now with it where it is. But let me give this thing a pull. So this is using the stock exhaust. So it's the stock exhaust. At least the back half of the exhaust is. The front half of the exhaust is country rigged. I've got the original exhaust. Down here is the old exhaust, what was on the exhaust before, and it was just a standard box exhaust for this motor. And basically ran it up with some 3/4 inch gas line that I picked up over at Tractor Supply store, and welded it in on the bottom. It's not the most beautiful weld, but it does not leak, so that's a plus. I think altogether that cost me about $8. No, well, maybe about 14 bucks, 15 bucks. They charged you per piece and per corner. So I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4 corners at about $3 a piece. And then the long pieces were about $3 or $4 a piece. So, 25 bucks, something like that. So, and I've got this kind of jerry-rigged. I'm not liking the way this is all coming together. I've got to, obviously that just came apart, so I'm going to have to find a better way to do that. But, yeah, we'll reuse the shocks. We'll end up painting the frame, and I am not doing this for fun. This is actually going to be a tractor to handle the 1.5 acres that we have here, as well as all of these trees down on the far side. This is looking west here in Arizona. You guys can see all our birds are flying in for the evening. So we've got about 3,000 or 4,000 birds that live in these trees at night. These are tangelo trees. So, fun times. I kind of like I'm reusing the exhaust. It's going to stay kind of quiet. So, and I've got a larger shock that's off of a Kawasaki ZX 1100 that I may use for the rear shock. I've just kind of got to wait and see how it's going to line up. I'll have to fill these in here so you don't put your foot through this. And I've got a cover that came off the old motor that I'll be able to use, I believe, to cover that stuff. And yeah, I think it'll work. Huggy Bear out here in Arizona, Queen Creek. You guys, peace out. I'll let you know on part 2 how we end up with this thing. And I'll put some pictures at the beginning of what this thing looked like before I started on it. So, yeah, it should be fun. Peace.